Hi all, this is Dr. J at 11, streaming to you live from Long Island, New York, where the weather has been very nice, a little crisp, necessitating this garb. I mean, it's a little chilly out there. I know I'm inside, but my friend Mark loaned me his hoodie. You know Mark Zuckerberg, you heard of him, right? So a friend of mine, and he loaned me the hoodie just to make sure I'm warm in Long Island, New York, when I talk about Facebook stock, which I'm not going to talk about. I'm going to talk about the Dow Jones Industrial Average. I'm going to talk about Amazon. I'm going to talk about Apple. I'm going to talk about Kronos. I ain't talking about Facebook. Mark, you can have your sweatshirt back anytime. Just give me a call. In any event, he has the best sweatshirts. I mean, they have zippers. I love this particular one. It's a zippered one. It's got a nice hoodie. You know, it's pretty good for the outdoors. You don't need a hat. Just this kind of suffices. So what's going on with the Dow? I mean, it's giving me a headache. It goes up, it goes down. When it goes up, it's bad because it's a bull trap. When it goes down, it's bad for the bears because it's a bad trap. So even when you're winning, you're losing. Does that make sense? No, doesn't make sense to me. Even the terminology, bad trap, bull trap, it's so damn confusing. Who's setting the trap in a bull trap, the bull or the bear? Who's setting the trap in the bad trap, the bear or the bull? To me, it's all a lot of bull. Can't it just be an up move, be an up move, a down move, be a down move? Why does everything have to be a trap? We're not playing chess here. All right, and in chess, I set a lot of traps. Take my pawn, please. It's called a poison pawn, and then you're in big trouble. But it's not chess, it's the market. And an up move is an up move, and a down move is a down move. And don't taint it by calling it a bull trap and a bad trap and all that other nonsense. We're going to look at a nice up move that we had on Friday. And of course, like always, do your own due diligence. My opinions are strictly my own and do not constitute investment advice. Please subscribe to this vlog because I'd like you to. Give us a like because I'd like you to. Thumbs up, right? And it's at the lower right-hand corner somewhere of your screen. Subscribe button. I would really appreciate that, especially if you like my videos. The strength in numbers on YouTube. They rate you higher, they move you up higher, they treat you nicer, and all of that. So if you like it, give me a like. Oh yeah, also share with others so others can learn about Dr. J and his pontifications and my philosophies on the market, on life, on hoodies, on Zuckerberg, on politics. No, I don't talk politics. All that stuff. So we're going to talk, straight talk about bulls, bears, trends. The trend is your friend. Problem is what trend? The short-term trend, intermediate-term trend, long-term trend, the trend in between. How do you define that trend? All of this is very tricky stuff. Well, let's take a look. I mean, bear market. What's a bear market? Oh. All of that stuff. What's a recession? These terms are not well defined. It really bothers me. It's whatever you want it to be. You want it to be a bear market, it's a bear market. You want it to be a recession, it's a recession. All right, let's take a look. I'll make you happy. I'll call it whatever you want me to call it because there's no really precise definition that educated people agree on. Some people might agree, but others won't agree and will deviate. Share screen. All righty, here we go. Let's take a look at the Dow Jones Industrial Average. We had a beautiful 700-point move that completely made us forget about the day before when we had a 660-point move down. So those people who caught the bear by the ankle on Friday is saying, oh, Thursday was a bad trap. People were selling, people were shorting, but now they're in trouble because the market's going up. But those who are bears are saying, oh, Friday was a bull trap. Anybody who bought on Friday is in big trouble. They'll be left holding the bag because the trend is down, and don't be fooled by Friday. Okay, so let's talk about that trend. Is that really true that the trend is down? I don't know that it's true. Let's take a look at the trend. Well, to me, over the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 days, it looks like the trend is up. So the short-term trend seems to be up, right? No matter how I draw this line, whether I draw it like this, and to be a true trend line, most reasonable people will agree that it needs 3 touches. I don't know if I have quite 3 touches the way I drew it, but it's close enough. So this is a trend, and all people would agree that this is an upward trend. So we've been trending up since the day after Christmas, correct? Yes, since the 26th. Here it is, 12/26. That's the day after Christmas. Not only are we trending up since then, but we had a record-breaking day on the 26th. How much were we up? Nearly 1,100 points, 5%. That's a lot of percent. Now, those who are bearish say, well, I can remember 2008 when the market was up 400 points one day, only to go down 500 points the next. Yeah, so I remember it too. Doesn't mean it's going to happen again. And it doesn't mean it happened at a bottom. This is a bottom. So we had a multi-month bottom before when we had this long green candle. So it looks like a turnaround candle to me. That's how it looks to Dr. J, like a true turnaround candle. And I had drawn in an earlier video what I thought would be support. And that would be the midpoint of this candle. Is it still around? I don't know. Let's see. I can't seem to get it. No, I don't have the midpoint. So if you draw the midpoint of the candle, you'll see that's about where it is stopped. Yeah, this is about it. We just lift this up a little. That looks like about the midpoint of the 26th and just about where it stopped on the 27th. So the 27th, if you recall, on Thursday, was a big sell-off, only to bounce back, to spring back as soon as we got to the midpoint of the day before, to finish above the high of the 26th. This was beautiful action, textbook action on the 27th. Did we go straight up from there? No, but we are adhering to an upward trend line. So there's nothing to tell me that the market is in trouble, other than day-by-day events, geopolitical nonsense, exogenous events occasionally upset the market, like trade wars, closing the government. Things like that aren't good. But despite all that, look at the action over the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 trading days. Only one significantly bad day. So this has been a phenomenal market over the last few weeks, a market that makes you want to believe that we are in a turnaround. And if so, then we'll get to the 50-day moving average in just a few more days. The market should start to heat up if we are turning it around. If it is one of those traps that I talked about, bull trap or whatever, BS, then it would certainly come back down, make a lower low than we had on Thursday for starters, and do a retest of the lows here of 22,267. I expect this support level to hold. When I say this support level, I mean from the high of the 26 to the midpoint, the high being 22,878 to the midpoint, which was about 22,267. I expect support to come in somewhere between the top of this candle and the midpoint of the candle. So if we get a further rally and a pullback, I think that would look for it to stop right in this area here. Maybe not as far down as Thursday, but somewhere in this area, as it did on Thursday here. Yes, I mean 2 days ago. That would be the Jan 3. On Jan 3, it found support within very near the top of the Wednesday 26 candle. So this looks like an area of support now. I could draw it, I guess. Let's draw a horizontal line. Horizontal. Okay, so we have the lower end of the support range, and this would be the higher end, a little higher than that. Okay, so between these lines, I know it's 500 points. 550 points. But in the future, if we go up, 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 and then we start coming back down, look for it to stop coming down right in this key level of support. So this is a very key level that it shouldn't go more than halfway beyond that candle of December 26th. To me, in my mind, that's tremendous support right in there, because it's of the nature of that candle. It's no ordinary green candle. It's Green Lantern. It's Green Archer, whatever his name is. Green Lantern and Green somebody else. I forgot who. As a kid, I knew all of the superheroes that were at the time. Now, of course, I have about 100 more superheroes. Green Lantern and Green, the guy who shot the arrows, whatever his name was. Green Arrow? Well, I don't even know. Anyway, this was a super green candle, like a superhero type candle. I can't stop talking in amazement at that 1,100 point move, but this was just as amazing in a way. After a big down day, a 700 point move, 750 point move, like nothing to a new weekly high. I was looking for a close on the weekly that would be green and supportive of the bottom. So let's take a quick look at the weekly, see if we got that. Weekly, weekly, weekly. Okay, so this is the weekly. Let me blow it up a little bit. Okay, so you see we have the similar trend line down, but the turnaround candle the week of the 24th, and the follow-up candle the week of the 31st, which ended on Friday the 4th. Today is the 5th, of course. So we see, if we blow it up a little bit more, that we do have a very nice low that we put in, and hopefully the low for a very long time. Dr. J is hopeful, as I've always been, that we're still in a bull market, long-term bull, short-term bear. Again, these terms are very annoying: long-term, short-term, intermediate term. On the weekly, you might agree that we were in a short-term downtrend compared to the long-term, which if you take a snapshot of that on the Dow, is clearly in an uptrend. Even if you count the low, it's still a lot higher than the Dow had been. Let's even go to the monthly to see it better. Monthly. You can see now so clearly that the Dow has come a long way from lows of 7,000 back in '09, March of '09, when it bottomed all the way back up. Even if you take into account the low that it put in last week or this week, I'm not sure where it is. I think it's last week was a lower low than this week. So so this is clearly a long-term uptrend and a short-term downtrend, or an intermediate-term downtrend, depending on your perspective. So with the monthly, it looks like a short-term downtrend. With the weekly, you might call it an intermediate-term downtrend. I don't know. So depending on your time perspective, you would label the downtrend as short-term, intermediate-term. If you look at the daily, it doesn't look so short when you look at the daily, does it? More like an intermediate-term downtrend, long-term uptrend. So it's not surprising that it stops somewhere and starts going back up. The bull is dominant. The bear is temporary. And it's always been like that. And unless the world comes to an end, God forbid, it will continue to be like that. Amazon.com. I've been energized, by the way. I've got that bear stuff out of me. I'm now a bull again, 100%. I was kind of bearish, 40% bearish, 60% bullish for a while. It was unnerving me. I didn't like the feeling of being even a little bit bearish, but the charts were giving me no choice. But now the charts are saying, Dr. J, you can be as bullish as you want, and don't worry about all those characters that say that you're being caught in a bull trap. Bull, you know what? So what are we in? The monthly? I don't want to be in the monthly. I want to be in the daily. You got to live day by day, minute by minute, hour by hour. So in the daily, you see that we're in a decline that, of course, from October, whatever, September, October 1 in this case. We were in a clear downtrend. We have a trend line there and another trend line here, both down. So the lower lows are evident and the lower highs are evident, downtrend. But if you look at the same thing, if you want to call it intermediate term and then the short term up, fine, you could do that. So you could draw a trend line here and say that this is a, whoops, what did I do? I grabbed the wrong handle. All right, draw a line. Let's draw a line. Come on. Sometimes not so easy to draw in this thing. Oh, come on. I didn't know. I don't even know how I did that. All right, here we go. This looks like a line. Maybe not the perfect trend line, but it's a line. Not bad. So that's the short-term trend. It's kind of sharp, and it's heading in the direction Dr. J likes. Up, up. Dr. J bought Amazon in the 1400s, as I told you when I bought it. I don't even remember. I bought it actually more than once in the 1400s. I don't know quite what my average is, but it's at least 100, more than 100 points below the close on Friday. And even with the shedding 8 points in after hours, I'm on paper at least making a nice profit. I am, of course, a greedy trader looking for more. So I'm not sure what I'm looking for, but I'm looking for more. That I know. Okay, so that's Amazon.com is leading the market back. A superb FANG, a superb stock, a stock that's intergenerational. If you're bullish Amazon and you don't get the price you're looking for, just hold it. It'll come back. or it won't go down as much as some of the other stocks in a bear market. So I really like Amazon. I think it's Amazon. I think it's amazing. I think Amazon is one of the most bullish stocks you can own. Apple used to have that designation in my mind, but Dr. J sold all his Apple. I sold it. I gave it away at 170 or something. I took a loss on my swing trade. But, you know, I swung into Amazon. I made some money on Amazon, traded it about 3 times, with twice successfully, once not so successfully, and I hope the third time will be successful, the position I'm in now. I don't know what's wrong with Apple. It's just broken. It's a broken stock. Maybe Donald Trump helped break it. I don't know. Maybe Xi put the word out in China. It's a sin to buy Apple, or who knows? I don't know what's going on. But they're getting killed in China and so on. And maybe it's just that they overpriced this latest iPhone, whatever they call it, XS Plus. I have XS Max Plus, whatever it is. I like it. Whether it's worth $1,100 or not, I don't know. I mean, you know, prices go up. Is a Hershey bar worth $3? I used to pay like a nickel. So, yeah, so I'm not sure what's worth what anymore. I've heard criticism when Apple slid down to these levels. All the wise guys are coming out and say they overpriced their last iPhone. That $1,000 was a psychological barrier. All kinds of talk like that. Maybe so. I don't know. But let's hope Apple comes back, because Apple is a very important stock in everyone's 401k. And if we have a broken Apple, it's going to take a lot longer to fix the stock market. Kronos. What did I tell you about Kronos? It's the king of the pot stocks, severely undervalued. It's the one pot stock I own the most of. I do own, what do I own? I own Tilray, Kronos, ABC, ACB, whatever it is, Aurora. Is that it? I think that might be it. Maybe I own one more. I'd have to look. But Kronos I own the most of, and I feel like buying more of it because I mean, forget the charts, which are just super chart, but forget the chart. I mean, all the pot stocks have super charts if you go back to the weekly, to monthly, whatever. Let's go to the weekly anyway. It's a super bullish chart on Kronos. But more important than the super bullishness of the chart is the fact that Philip Morris, MO, Altria, whatever you want to call it, took a 45% stake. That is a huge stake in a company like this. So, and they took that stake and paid the equivalent of over $20 a share. So if they think it's worth over $20 a share, who am I to argue with the CEO of Altria? Who am I to argue with Altria? I'm not going to argue with them. I'm going to take their word for it that it's worth over $20 a share. At that rate, $11.78 is looking like a pretty good bargain. Okay, what else? What else do I want to talk about? I want to wish everyone a very, very happy and healthy New Year. I want to say shalom, sayonara. I want to tell you all to come back real soon and visit with Dr. J on a regular basis. Tell all your friends about me. Don't forget to subscribe. I'm going to have a subscribe button in the video towards the end of the video, which should be any second now at the end of the video. So I'm going to say ciao. Have a great day. This has been Dr. J streaming live from Long New York. A great evening, I should say. Bye-bye.